You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, it's AFTERBUZZ TV's Game Control Live.
Wow, that music's really loud, blasting in. All right, guys, welcome to Game Control Live for an exciting episode. This music, by the way, an FF6 remix by our friend Zircon. If you want to watch our interview with him, go a bunch of episodes back. But this is full speed ahead. It's the Setzer's theme remix by Zircon from Final Fantasy VI. All the way across from me today, Grant Kohrmann? Wow, say that again.
Howdy, everybody.
Next to him, presenting him, Raychul Moore. Hello. She's actually a model, and she models cars and people. Oh, wow. Look at that lovely person you can win.
Look at that presentation. Look at that
And if you win today's trivia, you will win a Grant Kohrmann.
Yeah!
Whoa!
You gotta get the price first.
You get Price is Right rules. And next to me, is he worth more or less than Grant?
Probably more.
Donell Tucker.
A lot more.
Yeah,
Hey everybody, how's it going?
The sex factor alone is making me drip sweat.
Oh, is that what it is in here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
I was wondering.
Sorry, guys.
All right, guys, I'm Dave Klein, and in the booth, we have, as always, the amazing John Quick.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, but you know what you have more of than me in your face right now? You also have the phone number, which is 424-256-1729. 424-256-1729. Call in. We actually have a topic ready-made for this.
Yes,
Coming
guys.
up.
Our second topic of the day, make sure to call in, pick up the phone. 424-256-1729 as we get to it. But first, we're going to do a bunch of console updates for you. We've got our gaming moments of the week and a whole number of quick hit news stories for you guys. A lot going on this week, but let's start with some console updates for all of you.
Spicy.
Yeah, some spiciness in here. So first thing for us to talk about and mention is the Xbox One. As Rachel, I know you weren't a fan of the fact that you had to have your Kinect on with the Xbox One.
I hate Connect.
Well, she hates it.
I do.
Hates it to the core.
Yeah.
I'm going to like it then. I'll like it then.
I'm gonna do a YouTube video of me destroying my Connect.
Just throwing it against the wall.
Yeah, to some hardcore gangsta rap.
Nice.
Well, guess what?
What?
Now, for Xbox One, you don't have to have your Kinect connected anymore.
Yay!
Connected.
I'd like to take all the credit for that.
I guess.
I'd like to
Kinect
say
looks like a little person, a little robot. and
Microsoft
everything.
actually listened
sees
to
everything.
me specifically, and they're like, you know what? Rachel doesn't like the Kinect. Let's get rid of it.
They're like, you don't need it anymore. All thanks to Rachel.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
axe it.
Thanks, Rachel.
Hey, you're welcome. Internet, you're welcome.
Yeah, and I think this is more good news from Xbox One because, again, like I actually had no problem with needing it to be connected. I don't care that at all either way, but
It was gonna watch you play Dance Dance Central
Yeah.
naked.
which is what I do.
How do you guys know my
Who
Saturday night?
doesn't?
I know, seriously. That's how you play,
Right?
especially when you're dripping sweat.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Man, this
Sweating
is,
naked dancing.
this is
But-
a great image I'm painting.
Regardless, though, as I've said many times, I think as a consumer you should be all about options. So I think the fact that now they're giving you this as an option is a positive.
Well, they took a lot of options away with every set of features that they've taken out. They've taken away some options if you've also been paying attention.
Right.
For example, with the DRM, you can't share your games as easily as you could before, and with the Kinect, I think that this will actually lead developers to be less likely to include Kinect features as a mandatory option, because if they know that the Kinect doesn't necessarily have to be connected to the machine in order for it to work, you're going to end up seeing it be like a tertiary device.
I
Something that
think
isn't
yes and no.
developed
Yeah, because I
But
think
because it's coming with it still.
right, it's still coming with it, and games that will require connected. I mean, you'll have to
But come on,
connect it back to play the game.
And
So
if the-
it's not like they're gonna just
But
make a game that
maybe-
leaves it out completely because they're
Maybe
probably already
most
developing it.
games will now not feel the need to force Connect into their titles.
Yeah,
like Mass
I
Effect.
honestly think so, because again, if they develop a game, they're not going to make it so that the only way that you can experience a Mass Effect or a Battlefield is if you have a Kinect.
Right.
They're going to make it so that you don't need it at all. And I think a lot of people are going to play games like that, just like strip it down back to its basic experience. But if it was mandatory, I actually like some of the features they were going to come up with.
Well,
I
I
was
think
wondering,
I
how
do
does
too.
this affect the drive avatars?
I do too, but I still think because it's coming with it, as opposed to Kinect games now, there's some cool Kinect games that did come out that you guys might not have noticed, like Gunslinger.
No, there weren't any.
Gunslinger, I just like Twisted Pixel. There wasn't a single one. And Dance Central is really good, but in my opinion, because I like dance games and I dance naked, as we've already
Dance Central
established.
is only good if you've been drinking quite a bit.
I always am.
Yeah,
But
that's my every night.
regardless, though, I think because it comes with the Kinect, now you're not going to have this exclusivity where, as before the Kinect games, if you didn't have a Kinect, you're like, well, I can't buy that game. I think it does still open up that market for people and will still entice people. But Alyssa White says that she has no shame. I felt like the Kinect would watch me undress. Oh no, that was something else. She says I feel like she just has no shame. She
For
feels
another
like
time.
she feels like the Kinect would watch her undress. So I'm glad it's not required. So that from Alyssa White. So
Not from Alyssa White?
I'm sad now that it won't always have a chance to watch me undress.
That's why you have a pet. You know, pets always just kind of sit there and stare at you while you're undressing, and you're just like, what?
So then
I
Why are
don't
you
know.
watching me?
I know. That's right.
The pet's like a robot.
All
It's like,
those forever alone people, and now they can like put it in their bedroom and everything, and they won't be alone.
Yeah.
Alone
Yeah.
people.
Like
Aw.
the Kinect's watching me.
Again, that's why you need a pet.
So more good news
don't
from
get a
Xbox
Kinect,
One.
get a pet.
Yeah.
More good news from Xbox One is that season passes will be continuing from your Xbox 360 to your Xbox One. So say you're playing
Excellent.
Say you have Call of Duty Ghost as an example, and you bought a season pass for Call of Duty Ghost. Now, if you buy Call of Duty Ghost again for Xbox One,
Yep.
I mean, you'll have to buy the game again, but you can
Yeah.
experience.
You're
But
still
still,
paying.
you'll still be able to experience the same game, and your season pass will be transferred to your Xbox One. So,
I just bought my first season pass
There you go.
ever.
oh yeah, for what?
Bioshock Infinite. I should have bought it.
really?
Yeah. Well, okay.
I bought
So,
it way before, and I was kind of disappointed on that. But
My
So
first
far
season
I
pass
am-
was Borderlands 2.
see, I should have bought it for Borderlands 2 because all the content, they just won't stop with
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 content. I
Yeah.
should have gotten it for Borderlands.
But that's what irks me about season passes, because like there are
You
a
don't
couple
know.
that actually have like cut it short.
Yeah.
And when they do that, it's really disconcerting.
Well, with Bioshock Infinite, I thought that the DLC that just came out was the Rapture DLC. So I
Right.
was like, I know I'm going to get this. I might as well just get the season pass. I
right.
bought it, downloaded the new DLC, and I was like, oh, this is just wave-based, like horde mode.
Yep.
I don't want to play that.
some more
so
mod
that is
picks.
one game that I would have actually appreciated that that mode shipped with the game itself.
Yeah,
Because it was
I
actually
don't
pretty
need
fun.
that
But
in
remember how
Bioshock.
awesome Horde mode was when it first came out on Gears
for
of War?
Gears, but not for Bioshock.
I know, I'm
That's
just
what was
saying,
missing with
way back
BioShock,
when, it was pretty
because
amazing.
BioShock 1 and 2, like the splicers were very real like threats, and
Yeah.
even in 2, like you had to prepare for them with the Big Daddy as your character, and I think the Horde mode is like great. I mean, I think it's worth the
Yeah.
DLC.
Hey, I mean, if you already pay for the season pass, I guess it's another thing.
They better come out with a lot of new content. I mean, because
Well,
some games
that's,
you
that's
don't
the
know.
problem, though, because they just, my whole thing's like Ken Levine, just he wants to make it so good that he doesn't, he
so
doesn't produce as
good.
much content for
Right,
you.
right.
So it's just like, yeah, we have to wait for Barrel at Sea, or you just get lockpicks, extra little weapons, and Horde mode.
Yeah,
That's
like
what they
if
can
I
give you.
knew what DLC was coming out for a game before the season pass, I
Yeah.
probably would be more comfortable.
Right.
Just like I love Dishonored. I thought
interesting.
it was a phenomenal game.
They're not going to do that, though.
But they haven't had any DLC for it yet.
And that's the thing. It's like I have to learn from that, just to
Wait,
be like,
didn't it-
what
did-
you guys are gonna put out.
Wait a minute.
Didn't they just
the season
release-
pass never. Wait a minute.
Dishonored's
season pass
DLC just came
never-
out?
Yeah, I
It's already
was seeing
out?
reviews for it all over the place.
Or it's about to drop. So I do want to get to the next topic, though, which is that there is some negative news from Xbox One out there, too.
No, it's not all good news.
It's not all good news, ladies and gents. As always, things are black and white. aren't always black and white. But so they have announced that a number of regions, 8 different regions, they aren't going to be able to reach their goal of releasing in 2013 November, as they initially stated. It's going to be pushed to 2014. And the countries
major
affected
ones?
are Belgium, Denmark, Finland, Netherlands, Norway, Russia, Sweden, and
That's the one.
Switzerland. Russia's a big one, but
Yeah, that's the one.
so if you guys live in those 8 regions, they will,
Most of
you won't be able to get your
Scandinavia.
Xbox One in 2013. However,
Right.
2015.
no,
Yay!
however, I do want to mention that it will be coming with a free game if you already got that day one edition. They're
That's
going to
kind
give
of
you that as
actually,
a consolation.
At first, I would have been upset, but then again, it's kind of a good thing because then all of us who get it day one, we're going to get all the day one problems.
Yeah.
And everybody that gets it in 2014,
Yeah,
they
they're
get
gonna
the
get
fixed
patched.
And
Xboxes.
a free game for that.
Yeah,
for
so
their trouble.
actually, I'm jealous now.
But it is a bad thing because I feel like this is the chance for Sony to kind of say like, well, we're pushing all our
Sony
stuff
has their own problems.
all the
like
way to the
number
market.
of Xboxes versus the number of Sony. The number of Xboxes versus PlayStations in the wild at launch. Most analysts are saying that the Xbox is going to outnumber the PlayStation close to 2-to-1, maybe even more.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Interesting.
Xbox has Microsoft had experience ramping up their production to unbelievable values. They also had the Red Ring of Death fiasco.
Right.
They also came out with the thin console and pushed it in the face of consumers more heavily than PlayStation did. So I think that, for all intents and purposes, I don't think the PlayStation is going to outweigh the Xbox.
I
on
love my
launch.
Xbox Slim.
I need both.
Okay, yeah, we know that.
She loves
we
all.
know this.
Yeah.
So Hayden Garinge asked if it's just Call of Duty or normal for season passes to just give a discount to later DLC, or are they normally free for later DLC? I think it just depends on the company. I think it's very company per company based.
Yeah, because usually when you buy a season pass, that means you get all of the coming DLC for no extra charge.
Yeah, but a couple
Yeah,
of,
season pass is going to give you all
It's
of
still-
it when you buy the season pass.
per-
That's the point of buying a season pass.
Right.
Yeah.
But even in the name season pass, and as per it's an individual company agreement, I've actually seen some of them go like, oh, it's like with Borderlands, it's not every piece of DLC that they ever produce for Borderlands. It'll be like the first 5 or 4 or whatever they
Right,
say.
right. Well, like they'll give you like a year or something
Yeah,
like
right.
that.
And
so
then-
it's a season pass. It's
Yeah.
an actual.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to PS4, as not a lot of news coming out of it, but we're going to be seeing a lot at Gamescom from them. They have announced that they're going to be doing an announcement. One of those
Yep.
announcing an
So did
announcement.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo did too.
Yeah, Nintendo did too. So, but Sony specifically, because Wii U's already out. I mean, it's good to see more from Nintendo always, but Sony going to be talking about, they said, not only the games that have already come out, but they're going to be announcing new titles as well, which is what I'm excited to see.
Right.
Some new
right.
titles.
New titles.
Hopefully some more exclusive content that's actually exclusive and not, oh, we're exclusive for about a month.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we're
exactly.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the big titles that they had announced have been only exclusive for a couple months, and even
Well,
like
same with Xbox One too.
Yeah.
Like the Below, the really cool looking game that has an awesome sexual name as well. But Below, this is from the guys who made Swords and Sorcery Super Brothers. Below, it was announced initially during Xbox One's press conference. It's like, wow, look at this cool indie game we're getting as an exclusive, and then it was revealed later on, like, no, the other consoles are getting it eventually. So
Right. I was thinking of expecting Ratchet and Clank to kind of show up there.
oh, that's a good point. We'll probably see stuff like that at Gamescom.
Yeah, to be like an exclusive for the PlayStation 4 to kind of get that
there's a
sort
lot
of
of
market.
indie titles that were exclusive to play. Like, it was really interesting to see that they were courting the indie developers.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
they were like, oh yeah, we got this indie developer. We got this indie developer. And like, there's exclusives, and they're talking about it. But when I talked to most of those developers at E3, they were like, no one's given us enough money to call these exclusives.
Yeah.
So like even Transistor, they said that,
never
they said
enough
that-
money.
They said that PlayStation has treated them well, but they haven't locked them into an exclusivity contract, so it could come to the PC
Yeah,
or
I
to
think
the Xbox.
I think Donell makes a great point, though. A lot of the things that Sony hasn't shown us are the big Sony franchises. We haven't
Right.
seen any of those announced yet, so maybe they were waiting. Maybe those will be big announcements.
Only big one was Killzone.
Yeah, Killzone, that was
the only
it.
one that I felt like,
Which
okay,
looks-
that was their
That was
Call of
already an
Duty.
established franchise.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so hopefully Ratchet and Clank. I love that game.
Yeah,
So,
I think that. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently Alyssa says my mind's in the gutter today. Apparently it is. I think that's just
Isn't
how it
it
started off.
always?
Yeah, I'm a guy. It's just it comes with the
Yeah.
territory, right?
Yep.
So speaking of mind being in the gutter, let's talk about the Wii.
good transition.
Penis jokes. That's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We've officially hit the threshold.
So Nintendo, this is more just a story about Satoru Iwata came out and said that he thinks that the reason that the Wii U isn't doing so well isn't because of the price point, as some people have been speculating. It's because there's not enough good software out on it yet, which is what we've been saying.
Which
So
is a
we are
no
right.
shit.
Right.
No brainer.
But
Been
here's,
saying that
combination of
since day
both.
one.
but here's his exact quote. If the price is actually an issue with the Wii U, then there is some contradiction between the current sales balance between the basic and premium versions of the Wii U. The basic version should have sold a lot, but the fact of the matter is that people are buying more of the premium version, so the issue's not
right.
there.
So yeah, the issue's not in the hardware; it's the software.
This is something that's popped up recently for me, and I thought I'd push it in here because I've started noticing it also on Steam or digital purchases. The price argument for these different consoles is starting to become irrelevant. You're saying that it's like, oh, the cost of the Wii U is what most people have expected, or the games or software. But when digital purchases first became available on the PC, they were charging the same price as like a physical copy of a disc, and
Right.
you had to download it, you had to maintain it.
Then you
Now
have to
I'm
pay the
starting to
tax.
see. Now I'm starting to see the games come in at $49, $48, so $10 off. We could have really benefited from that, not having like a huge slew of games to give them at launch. Wii U in specific, like lower the price, take a little bit of a hit. You're gonna get the.
They
sales.
are taking a hit.
Yeah.
They are taking a hit with the Wii U right now.
Yeah. They're at a loss.
Okay, that's because their
But-
price was. You cannot associate, you cannot mirror the price of the new Mario game as the same price as a Call of Duty game, especially when your console isn't in as many homes.
I think you can, but I don't know. I think you can, and I think they're at a hit. I really think the issue is exactly what he said. They just need better games and
Yeah,
more of it.
It's the
Yeah.
software, because all they have really is the first party cut type of games.
Right.
Mario, Pig.
But I mean,
Which is
even
what they do
those,
best.
yeah,
right.
exactly.
But even
Where's
those,
the
they
third
haven't really
parties?
released any of the first party games yet either, and that's their big issue. All you
Except
have
for
is new
Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
And I actually just picked up Pikmin 3, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But finally, that's one of their first ones, and that's not even one of their big ones.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, I'm still waiting for like Super Smash
Oh, yeah,
Brothers.
PS Vita is having a
Yes.
price,
And-
price cut soon. The Best Buy is having Target is having a sale. It's going to be $199 as opposed to like $250, and they're coming out with more games for that. That was a console that struggled at launch with like, hey, wait a minute, how many games do I have to play on this PS Vita? And it was like 10.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it was 10 for a long time.
Exactly.
Now they're coming out. It's like if I can get a PS Vita for $200 and I can get like 4 games each for about 38, 34. Like that's a pretty good.
Yeah,
deal.
but that's
Yeah,
also
but-
a handheld. You're not gonna say like, okay, yeah, so a handheld should be cheaper than a Wii U.
And
Nintendo
let's
has
also
a handheld,
let's also
And it's cheaper than the Wii U.
Well, let's also face this: people understand what the hell the PS Vita is. Not too many people understand what the hell the Wii U is.
Yeah, that's a great point because actually John and I were talking to
It's not an
couple.
upgrade.
John and I were talking.
not an
Yeah,
upgrade.
John and I were talking to a couple friends who aren't as big of gamers this week, and they had no
you have
idea the
friends
Wii
that
U.
aren't gamers.
What?
Oh,
I've been
You are
cheating
real-
on you guys.
You
I've been
are real
cheating on
How
you guys.
dare you?
Wow, that's
Get out of my house.
yeah,
I don't
have
know
friends-
you anymore.
But the point.
Changed, Dave.
I know. I know. It's been working at E too long. But
You know that look on your face was like almost the exact same thing my grandmother gave me when she found out that I had black friends. So it's
so the Pikmin.
that was weird. Sorry, I just wanted to point
It's
that out.
okay. It's okay. Your
Childhood
grandmother's a
memories.
racist. That's fine.
Well, yeah, it's also
all
dead.
good. Regardless, what I want to say about John and my friend though is they aren't as big of gamers, and they had no idea the Wii U was a new console. They thought it was just another add-on to the Wii. And I think that's a lot of the basic consumer basis thoughts. They don't even realize it's a new console because the naming
They
scheme
missed
was
out.
so
They missed
dumb.
really big. They could have
But
called the
they're-
Wii U
but,
2, and they could have got Bono to come
but
in.
again,
Yeah.
But again, yeah, when U2
I
comes
still
out.
think they should have kept the name
Yeah.
Revolution.
I agree. I think Revolution would
I've
have been the
always
perfect name.
loved that
He
name.
did. He did advertising for the Wii U, didn't he?
Who?
Bono.
Okay, now I
don't remember.
Now I do
Didn't
want to
he?
point
I
out.
remember- Wait, no, I have to look this up.
So Raziel240, Raziel, hold
confirm
on,
that.
guys. Raziel2404, yes, we're live, and I do want to throw out your comment that he said his whinge moment about the console wars is that Microsoft bought out Rareware back in the day,
Right.
and they screwed up Perfect Dark. And that is an issue that you get, but I think it's kind of fun to see, like, because it kind of adds competitivity, I think.
You know what's another original Nintendo exclusive that's not an exclusive anymore, but I want it to be, is Conker's Bad Fur Day from
Oh,
the N64.
yeah, that was a great
Right,
game.
but that was
game was
rare.
so great.
Right?
Yeah, that was rare.
And then Microsoft bought them.
But why
and
can't
then-
anybody else make a game like that, where it's really cute and silly, but it pushes that adult boundary
Ratchet
over and
and
over
Clank.
and over again?
I'm not
Ratchet
trying
and
Ratchet and Clank, I wouldn't say that takes it to an adult.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
doesn't really
Fucked
take it.
in a giant pile of shit who called itself the Mighty
I
Pooh.
am the great and mighty Pooh.
That was great.
yeah.
That was
Also,
amazing.
You had to pollinate the flower with the big boobs.
That was also amazing.
That game was just really, really well written.
She made
it
me a
was
man.
witty. yeah. It was hilarious. You were drunk all
Well,
the time.
I
That
think-
game was amazing.
I think this
Yeah,
has to do with the
but-
changing landscape of consoles where we don't see platformers anymore, really,
Yeah,
sadly.
exactly.
I was looking
So the
for
kiddie
this
game's
Bono
kinda gone.
commercial.
you can't just have a platform. You gotta have like shooter. You gotta have.
I was looking for this
just more
Bono
and more
commercial,
stuff.
and I just came across an old NeoGaf thread saying that like, oh, the Wii U is being advertised in Japan now, and this is from like 2012. Wii U is being advertised in Japan now as the Super Wii. They've had problems marketing that thing from day one. They've continually had problems with the pop-up fiasco. Like you're sitting on your Wii and you're going like, "Hey, guess what? We got a new thing out." And
I don't know if I call that a fiasco. I call it something they had to do. A necessity.
Japanese and American advertisements going like, "What is that? It's not an upgrade." You know.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
It's a
terrible
super
on the marketing
upgrade.
term. Marketing team did a terrible job making the name. I think that's what it really is. The name of it screwed them over.
Also, looking at it, it's like and I haven't looked at the logo that much, but the logo looks like an add-on. The
yeah,
U.
it does.
It does
look like an add-on.
I hadn't looked at that much.
If
But that's
Nintendo
what the
had always
console is kind of in a
But
way.
if the Nintendo had always been called Wii, it would have made sense to be like, oh, it's the Wii U. It's a new one. I think that's Nintendo's problem.
When marketing for the DS came out and their tagline was "Touching is good"?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really
They
random.
needed to have a good. They
I
needed
liked
to have a
that.
good.
That's where our mind's at today. Yeah, all of it's not just my mind here today.
Phrasing.
Rachel has some really great things to say.
I like these insights.
Drunkenness, dancing naked,
Giant boobs,
and now
pollinating.
just touching yourself.
Yeah.
Or marketing
We're learning
genius.
more and more things
All
about
right.
Rachel.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
Very random.
Let's move ahead to our, because this isn't fun already. Let's move on to another fun segment.
Fun
and guys,
segment.
Fun time.
424-256-1729 if you want to call and let us know, because we're going to be talking about our first game that we ever beat. We'd love to hear your guys' first games that you ever beat. So I guess since I'm already talking, I'll go ahead and start with mine, because it was one of my fond memories was Mega Man 2 when I was 4 years old. And then when I was 5, the next year I was like, I
God,
want to
I'm
design
old.
video games for a living. So, and then that's not what I'm doing. But I majored in game design. So I went that far. I majored in game design and computer science. But for 4 years old, I beat Mega Man 2. And it's one of the few games I can beat without dying once now at this point, which John witnessed, I believe.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have
Pro
seen this. It is actually quite amazing.
So yeah, I've still
Holy
played the
Grail.
crap out of that game. So Mega Man 2. So it's just I love the Mega Man series, and to me, I actually think I like 3 more.
We got a
surprisingly.
call coming in. Let's see who it is.
Uh-oh.
All right, who are you?
You're on Game Control Live. What's up?
Hey, John. This is Rachel.
can
Hey, Rachel. Hey,
Rachel.
Rachel Steiner, not Rachel Moore.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Nope. The first game I ever beat, and this is going to age me quite a bit, was the original Bard's Tale.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I played it on the Commodore 64 when floppy disks were actually floppy.
No, I remember floppy disks, and I
Yeah.
used to have one of those Macs with the floppy disk too. And
I'm gonna age myself here and say that the first game I ever beat was Moncala
so you got Moncala.
at Stonehenge.
Whoa.
No,
Man,
I'm
you
just
guys are
kidding.
way
I'm
See,
joking.
I
Yeah,
actually
yeah, it's
played
like-
Moncala
you're playing-
on
look on
an
your
actual
face was
board.
No, I know, because you're playing board games instead. The first game I ever beat was a board game. I know what Moncala is.
I'm like 400
That's
years old.
cheating. Because mine would be
Incredible.
Monopoly.
Well, people still play Moncala.
or actually, probably Pretty Princess.
All right, Rachel, but thank you for calling. I don't think that's not too old, and I think it's funny because I think of Bard's Tale is the Xbox one that came out, the Xbox Bard's Tale.
Everyone
That is-
does, but I
that's
played
not the
all
original.
3
I know
of
it's not the original.
Commodore 64 ones.
I know, but it's just funny because like that's the update that people kind of think about. But
Yeah.
Anyway, talk to you guys later.
yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for letting
Thanks
us
for
know.
calling.
Thanks for calling. All right, Grant, what is your real first video game that you ever
Yeah,
beat?
don't lie.
Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. Took
there are a lot of
forever.
other Nintendo games that came out at the time. Like it was much harder to really define a winning condition. So even, for example, even Mario Brothers, the one that like technically preceded it, but
I didn't beat it by myself the first time.
yeah.
I had to have friends over.
Yeah, so you're like party play.
And then the next
Yeah.
one was
Trading
Legend
controllers.
of
We
Zelda.
would have to trade because
Yeah.
I'd get even little Rachel would get frustrated very quickly. But the thing is I could beat that game easier when I was young, and now I have all these. I'm so like
I'm
well
lazy.
aged in gaming, and now when I've tried to go back and play it, I suck.
Yeah, it's hard.
I can't get to like the 3rd level.
Your
Yeah.
reflexes are
I'm
going
like,
down. You're
I've
just
been
like,
playing games, I promise.
You know what's funny? I played Super Mario Brothers again recently because G4 was doing their challenge before,
Right,
where it's
right,
like,
right.
how quickly can you beat the first level? And I forgot how much different they controlled than Super Mario Brothers 3 and Super Mario Brothers World, which World is my favorite.
We
But
got
it actually
another
controls a
call.
little differently.
We got another call.
Oh, we
Let's
got
bring
another
him
caller
in.
in.
Man.
You're on Game Control Live. What's up? Hold
Oh,
on.
hey, what's up? We're just calling about the first game that I ever beat.
Yeah, what's your
Yeah.
name, man?
Angel.
Hey, what's up,
I'm
Angel?
on the chat as ATV Surviving most of the time.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for
so
calling.
The the first game that I ever beat that I can remember, I would have to say it was Mystic Quest, because I've played those games before then, but I've never actually finished them. So the one I can think back the furthest I actually remember playing from start to finish is Mystic Quest.
Dude, that one takes a while too. I'm surprised that was your first game you beat.
A little kid? Jeez.
I didn't play this.
Yeah, I was. How old was I? I can't remember. I probably was 10. I don't remember.
Okay.
It was such a long time
26.
ago.
I mean,
Well, you got to be able. I mean, it helps to be able to read for a game like Mystic Quest.
I didn't play this. What was this on?
It was NES.
Super NES as well.
It was Super NES. Oh yeah, you're right.
Missed that.
Because they called it Mystic Quest on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, that's right. It originally was called just Final Fantasy, and then Mystic Quest was the Super Nintendo version. Yeah. Yeah, that was actually. I played that game and I never beat it on the NES. I think I got stuck in the lava area when I was a kid. When you're trying to get that crystal. So congrats to you, man. Final Fantasy takes a long time.
I got stuck a lot when I was playing the Mystic Quest, but I just stuck through it because I had so much fun.
Yeah.
And I just beat it again several times.
Nice.
Fun game, loved it.
Nice. Well, thanks for calling.
That's my 2-bit. I'm out.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Later.
Yeah, so cool. That's a long one. I'm impressed by that.
Yeah,
I have to say.
Can anybody beat that?
All right, well, we got another person calling in. You want to take this? We'll do
All right, yeah, another caller.
Just
all right, welcome to Game Control Live. You're on the air. What's your name?
Alyssa.
Hey, what's up, Alyssa?
Welcome back.
Hello, pretty.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What do you got? Your
Hey,
first
everybody.
Hey.
first game you ever beat, Alyssa. What do you got for us?
The first game I ever beat was Tomb Raider on the original PlayStation when I was 5.
That's okay.
That's another good one.
That's another
Yeah.
one I don't really think of.
I don't think I ever beat Tomb Raider.
I don't
I never
think I
beat Tomb
ever did
Raider.
either. I think I got frustrated.
That's another one where I got to the second
Remix the
area, I think, and I didn't get past
I was
it.
playing it on the PC. I beat it. I beat it a couple times. That one really benefited from using a mouse.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about really enjoying the original Tomb Raider. I think we've had this discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long did it take you to beat that, Alyssa?
Probably a couple months.
Wow.
Yeah. I can totally see
I don't know how I
that.
did it.
Well, congrats.
She can't beat it ever again.
That's a good one too.
It's done. It's over.
I've actually beat it several times now.
Wow, she keeps
Like one of
playing.
those games I keep coming back to.
I don't think I ever beat it.
Yeah, I beat the new
actually.
Tomb Raider, but I haven't beaten this one. So
I know.
Yeah.
I beat the newer one, but I don't think I beat the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original.
The OG.
All right. Well.
I beat every single one.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Big Tomb Raider fan. There we go. Nice.
Yeah.
I officially award you 2 internets. Congrats.
Yay.
That's like one internet better than one internet. That's incredible.
Yeah,
Wow.
two.
Success too. All right. Well, thank you so much, Alyssa. Thanks for calling in.
Wait.
Okay.
Since Dave gave
Alyssa
me
White.
permission, can I plug my YouTube channel?
Sure. Go ahead.
Yes, you may.
Okay, my YouTube channel is youtube.com/UnchartedGirl88.
Oh, so Uncharted Girl 88. If you want to see Tomb Raider Killer, Alyssa.
Speedrun.
Fellow Uncharted fan.
All right. Ryan Whittleson.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you,
Thanks for being
Alyssa.
on.
So I want
Thanks,
to
Alyssa.
I want to throw out Ryan Whittleson on the chat. Said the first game he ever beat was Airwolf for NES, which is another good one. I like seeing these ones that I actually
Airwolf.
haven't beaten.
What
I
about
played
you?
that game.
You've been
But let's get it Donell.
You've been keeping quiet.
Okay, so I would say because Super Mario, like you could do the warp, right?
Yeah. Well,
And that's how I beat it.
Let's hold on.
But I don't count that as I really beat it.
I didn't use the warp.
No.
All right.
Later I did.
Yeah,
Okay,
later.
because I couldn't do it because I would die and then I
Yeah.
would start the whole thing. I was like, I can't. And then when I
I know.
discovered the warp zone, I was like, oh, but I won't count that.
My mom would come in my room when I was at school and turn off my system.
Really?
While you were at school?
Yes, so I would put a T-shirt over the system so she wouldn't see that the power light
That's
was
so
still on.
funny.
You're lucky it even worked. I mean, God, those things could overheat too. Oh,
Yeah.
start stacking
Yeah.
stuff on top of them.
Nintendo systems
they're a
are
lot
built
more
like a brick,
temperamental.
though.
Yeah, they're a
Yeah.
lot more.
Yeah.
They're,
Those
they're a lot less
It's more
temperamental
the
than the new
flashing
one.
light and the green screen. Oh! My favorite games. But yeah, what was your real
my
first game?
First real game that I actually beat was actually Street Fighter 2, the
Oh,
Champions
nice.
Edition.
And that's why you're a fighting game expert, right?
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to always
Street
play with my
Fighter is the
brother.
best.
Thank
I
you.
love
Thank you.
Street Fighter.
I forgot all
love
about
Street Fighter
arcade
2.
games too.
Right, because
Yeah.
when I was I played at the arcade, but then once we got at the home, like as on Super NES, I was just like, oh, I got to do this. Let's
Yeah.
play. And I used to face off my brother. And we used to always fight, and he also.
Who's your main
applauded.
character?
My main character is Ryu. That's,
Yeah, that's my main character too.
Because you know he's very easy to use and very balanced.
I'll
He's
accept
balanced.
that. I'll
He's
accept
balanced.
that answer.
He's
Guile.
balanced.
Street
but-
Fighter's my jam. That's my
Guile
favorite
was-
fighting game.
But I like a
Tammy,
challenge.
of course,
Tammy.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah, Street Fighter's my jam. That's what. That's my favorite of the fighting game franchises.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
So that's the
absolutely.
game I officially beat.
Absolutely.
It's nice when you have brothers. As much as I used to hate and fight them, it was good for being a video gamer because then you could. I'd always play Street
Right.
Fighter with them and
Yeah, exactly.
all those games.
I grew up with a
we gotta-
sister, and she never played games with me.
Deanna,
Sad memories.
You're not a real gamer.
We have another caller.
We have another
coming in.
caller.
Another caller. All
If you
right.
have siblings that don't
All
play
right.
games, you're
Welcome
not
to
a real
Game
gamer.
Control Live. You're on the air. What's your name?
My name is Rich.
Hey, what's up, Rich?
Hi, Rich. How are you doing?
It's nice to hear your voice.
I know.
You sound lovely.
Lovely.
Well, thank you.
See, you have that nice low voice that I don't have. That we were talking
Exactly.
about.
Bass.
Bass. All right. So, what was the first game you ever beat?
Drop the bass.
That would be Ghostbusters way back on the Atari
No way.
2600.
Whoa.
Really?
Oh.
Nice.
I remember playing that too, and I couldn't beat it. I was like, this game sucks. Flipped it.
Oh
Yeah, it's pretty stuck on
man.
the controls.
Yeah, it's oh my god.
Well,
I'm
wait. So,
so
did you
frustrated.
really like the game, or
I
was it
didn't
more of
beat
like you
that.
had the game, so you beat it because you owned it?
Flip.
Of course, I was like, 4 or 5, whatever
Right.
it was. So yeah, I liked it at the time.
Okay. I mean, there are like a lot of games that I liked when I was a kid. I look back, I'm like, that game was terrible.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
There's still the nostalgia good games though.
Well,
But
that's why sometimes when they re-release a game, it kind of makes me sad because I loved it, and then I'll play it now, and I'm like, oh wait, that totally is not as good as I remember it being, and then it ruins my memories of the
Yeah,
game
Quite
forever.
a few games I'd rather just leave in the past.
Leave in the past.
Beyond Good and Evil was
Oh,
the
yeah.
newest
But I will
one
say
that
a lot of them are
replayed.
actually really good. But yeah, thanks so much for calling, Rich. It was great to hear
Rich,
from
I
you.
love
Thanks,
you.
Now, Deanna LeDuc,
No problem, guys.
Wow.
super kisses.
Yeah, right there. Rich is like, boy.
Deanna LeDuc says that her first was Frogger 2, and Greg Veliz says Siphon Filter on PS1.
Siphon Filter
So
is
that's
a good
cool one. I
game.
remember
You said
Siphon
Frogger
Filter.
2, right? Not the
That was-
original. 'Cause
Yeah, Frogger 2, not
I was like,
one.
did it end?
I don't think so. Maybe once you get past like the end level and it comes back around.
Right.
Because like
That's what I was
Donkey
saying.
Kong, I consider once you beat the final area,
That's
even though
you
you
beat
start
the
over
game.
again.
That's what I
Yeah.
was saying. A lot of these are based on arcade titles that never really technically had an end.
Yeah,
Right, 'cause
I
they
think there's
want
a
you to
point
keep
where you
putting
can
those corners.
say
Yeah.
the end was the end though.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry, I never
I
reached the
can't
kill
tell
screen on Donkey
you
Kong.
how
But-
long I played Pitfall when I was little, determined to get to the end.
Yeah. Same here too on the PC.
And I found out there was no ending. I was just like, "Ah!"
I did that with Duck Hunt.
But I think with Donkey Kong though,
My
So
friend
many
did it with
ducks.
Space Invaders. She was like, I'm going to
Yeah.
beat it. I was like, there's no
I
ending.
thought there was end to
She didn't-
DuckTales too when
didn't
I was a
believe me.
kid.
I was playing Asteroids and
I
it's like,
think
bam,
so.
hit me one day. There's no end.
But I
to
think
this.
like the original Donkey Kong though, there's basically 4 levels that you think of, and when you get past the 4th level, even though it starts over again, I would consider that beating Donkey Kong.
But again,
but the
it was
levels
harder.
changed
Yeah,
so
it was like
much,
different
too.
color scheme.
yeah,
Like, oh,
you
no.
beat it. You beat it. In my mind. All right, so John, what is your first game that you beat?
The first game that I ever officially beat was the TMNT arcade edition on the NES. That was
I never played that one.
That of course like
Dude, that's so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2 on NES.
yeah,
They call
that's
number
true.
2.
Yeah.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah, that
Nah, Travel in
but that
Time. That's my
I
favorite.
used the
That's a game you can
I have
play
a hard
again
time I have a hard
and
time
not
counting
have a
that one
problem
because
with
I
it.
used both the Konami code and I was also with friends in order to the
Dude,
first
the
time I beat
Ninja
that.
level was amazing, and that
Yeah.
wasn't in the arcade. By the way, guys, if you didn't know that, drop some knowledge on you. That
Yeah.
level wasn't in the arcade
Damn.
version. It was only on the NES version.
Wait, is that the one that's in a dojo or the
Yeah,
ones
it's the
where
one in
they-
the dojo.
and all the ninjas are dropping down?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right,
I like
first
that level.
solo
love
game
that
I ever
level.
beat, TIE Fighter.
Oh, dude, TIE Fighter was sick. PC, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
I would think I was trying to run it, but it wouldn't run.
Yeah, there's
I
a
had
lot of
really
games
slow
that I
PC.
didn't mention because like I played them on the DOS or on the PC.
That counts as
Yeah.
a video game. though.
Like,
So sometimes
again,
You know
like-
what PC game I was never able to finish? You just brought back memories.
All right, let's see this. Let's see this.
I'm scared.
The original Prince of Persia was one of the
that game
hardest
was
games
tough.
I've ever played.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But probably my first PC game I ever completed was Indiana Jones and something Atlantis.
Oh,
Lost City
Lost City?
of
Lost City of
Atlantis.
Dude, all those
and the guy
adventure
that
games
had
were
that
amazing.
emblem thing. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I
I love
loved
those
that
games.
That was
game.
back when
LucasArts
LucasArts was amazing.
so
I could play that
They
over
did the
and over
Dig
and over
and all these
again.
other
Dave the
like,
Tentacle.
Yes.
Dave the
Right.
Tentacle.
Dave the Tentacle. I love that one too.
So good.
I do want to throw out, I'm just saying this because I love these
So
games.
many
And
memories.
it's just bringing up
I know,
memories.
I know.
Angel Demian Holguin Valencia on the chat saying,
Whoa, good job.
He's saying, what are you guys talking about? I'm all about Bloody Roar 2. What you know about Rival Schools and Evil Zone. And just mainly Rival Schools I love, so that's why I want to say that. But, all right, so with that kind of wraps up this topic. So let's go ahead and move over to some more fun stuff with our gaming moments of the week. And I'll go ahead and start us off again with a surprisingly not Dark Souls moment.
What?
What?
Okay, things
You
are gonna
are
end.
not
The world is
yourself
over.
today.
I'm
Something's
gay.
wrong.
Don't
guys.
worry. Don't worry.
This
He's gonna tie it into Dark Souls too. Don't worry.
So tied into Dark Souls, not really. Okay, so I bought a game last year because it was a game I really wanted, and it's Xenoblade Chronicles, and for the Wii, because I love RPGs, and it's been a long time since a really cool JRPG came out, and I've been wanting a new good Wii game, and I was like, great, this came the moment it came out, I bought it, and I really enjoyed it, so it's definitely a game worth checking out. But John showed me, and I didn't know this, it turns out that it's worth over $100 now. It's a collectible game, and GameStop has started trying to amp the price of it too, and kind of like cheat the price of it by selling it, by opening up wrapped new games of Xenoblades, making it look new, I mean used, making it look used, and
So
then
they
selling
can-
it for the $100 price
Right.
point,
Such
which
a
is
cop-out.
ridiculous. But regardless, it's my gaming moment of the week because I own the game.
I also mentioned to Dave during the week
Joke's
that
on you, GameStop.
GameStop
Yeah.
has secured rights from.
Right, they got exclusive to sell it, just
and
them. So
there's also rumors that they've gotten the ability to reprint it, which is like insane. So it's like no one really knows if they have like a supply and
right,
like,
that they
to
do it
match that
themselves.
demand.
But I thought that you have to get it from the publisher to get it
They're
like
gonna continue.
reprint.
They did.
That's what I'm saying. It's
they
not
went-
them reprinting like like a machine, and they're like
No.
more money. I think they asked the publisher like, hey, we need you to reprint. They make a deal. They sell this certain they deliver this
But with
certain
it being
many,
under the table like
copies.
that, with it being under the table like that, this kind of like highlights a fact, like an attribute about GameStop, which I dislike the most, which is like their business practices are predicated on misleading people about the real value of games. Like, yes,
But when it's a game I own, keep on going on.
You can't get me.
Keep on keeping on.
But yeah, it does. But on
Ooh,
eBay, they're selling it
hotness.
for $100.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot
What's going on
that.
there?
I saw
John,
Jack.
what are you doing back
Love
there?
me some Jack.
All right, next. So
you're
Donell,
gonna
what
like
is
my
your
gaming
what is your?
moment of the week.
Oh, okay. Well, actually,
yeah.
since that's the topic, Grant, what is your gaming
Yeah,
moment of
Grant
the week?
wants to. He got one.
Let's bring it up. My gaming moment of the week is a deviant artist by the name of Tank Ball created a life-size version paper model of Jack from
Can we see
Mass
her face?
Effect, and this is the Mass Effect 3 version. There should be other pictures.
I
No,
love
you cannot see the
See that
face.
button down there at the bottom that says "Stretch to Screen"? Undo
Fit to
that,
scene.
Did that.
and then drag it down.
Actual size. Nope.
Nope.
Well, she doesn't have a face. It's okay. It's all good.
Well, no,
anyway.
people. I have it broadcasting out from the computer, so everyone can see her
Okay,
face.
it's
You
just our
guys just
monitor.
can't.
Oh, it's just a monitor. Okay.
I love Mass Effect 3 Jack. I mean, she was hot in 2, but in 3, she was
my girl.
You look at this guy or
Female-ish.
girl's
my girl.
other art, and it's just like he's been drawing stuff. It's like, oh, I did some stuff on the computer. It's like I made a kite, and then bam,
I
he
want
comes out
this
with
in
like
my
a
house.
6-foot-tall version of Jack,
I want
fully
this
made
in
out
my
of
house.
paper, and it has lights on the back and
I
all
wonder
that
if
other
it'd be
stuff.
creepy though.
I will touch it
It's at night, you're
inappropriately.
sleeping, and then it's like you look at
Well,
it,
it
and
has
she's
real
like
hair
looking at
too.
you.
Or not real hair. It has like a
I will
wig
see
on the
Rachel.
back.
You would touch it
I'll do
inappropriately
that
as
too.
well. Hell yeah, let's touch it inappropriately together.
And be like, oh, paper.
I get the right boob, you can have the left boob.
If I only had a wheel.
One of them's got to be better than the other.
I only had a real one.
Okay.
You know what? It's finally time for this.
Dates.
I said no such thing.
Well, your mouth did.
Well, your mouth better get over there and make Torvald happy.
Phrasing.
Regain him with his
Sorry.
Nice. Archer reference. Hey, Archer's always a good reference, no matter what.
Great show.
All right, so, Donell, what is your moment of the week?
My gaming moment was recently I bought Payday 2, but for only $22.50 rather than the $30 because on Steam they sell it at $89.99.
Yeah.
You split it with 4 other people, they pay you back. You paid for the game for only $22.50.
This is what I'm talking about. Steam is actually
Smart
like
man. Very
you
smart.
have to, have friends that you trust to
See,
pay
when you
back,
first
so.
said $89.99, I was like, wait,
Yeah,
no.
you're like, I saved money. It's
No.
like,
they have to have friends. Sorry.
No, but yeah, so only paid for $22.50, and that's what I was kind of like. I was hesitant to buy it at first. I was like, $30. I was like, I don't know, $30. And then when I saw the 89 for a 4-pack, and then I was just like, if I give it to 3 other people that are into it, I only have to pay $22, and that's what I'm willing to pay.
Yeah.
So then I did that, and we've been having fun trying to heist.
We're business.
It's just crazy because you try to like stealth, and then somebody F's it up. Somebody's just like get on the floor and then shoot a civilian, and then it's all chaos. So, I know, but it's fun. It's a fun game.
Not
it's a fun game. I like it.
It's great though. It's always nice when you
saving money.
I got money. A game that's worth a lot. You're saving money. Yeah. It's all about the money, boys.
Yep.
Bang.
But ladies in the room, aka the one lady, Rachel, what is your moment of the week?
Okay, mine is not.
It's the hair. The hair.
Mine is not a gaming moment, but it is a Rachel moment. And it's
Rachel
something that's very, very, very important to me.
And it involves alcohol.
It does. You guys know that I've talked a lot about Sinister Point. It's a haunted house here in Brea, California, and I went and shot the Hunt video. So if you go to my YouTube, youtube.com/Raychul Moore, and you search The Hunt, you will see a documentary-style shoot of a haunted scavenger hunt. This haunted house is now trying to kickstart a haunted, horror-themed bar and lounge in Brea, California.
Ooh.
And they really, really need some help to get this thing up and going.
And look, you can pledge
donate.
$1.
There are tons of different
Scroll
perks
down.
and stuff for pledging.
Scroll down, you can pledge $1. I just want to say, I thought it was $10.
It's not on Kickstarter.
I saw the number 1 and I thought it was $1.
It's not on Kickstarter. It is on Indiegogo.
So they'll get to keep all the money
make sure you
that
check
they
out
make if they don't
Spirit
reach
Lounge.
their goal, right?
Also, make sure you watch the video because I am in the video twice as hot waitress girl.
When she tweeted it out, I was like, oh, I'll check this out. I didn't know that you were in the video.
Yes.
So I like halfway through, it's like there's this waitress. You should have had a speaking part.
This first one, everybody on Twitter thinks those are my boobs. That is not me. Those are not my boobs. I show up, I probably like 2.5 minutes through, I show up in there in my, that's where I come in.
With more
boobs. So here I come. Actually, my face is shot.
Yeah, because they're like, Rachel actually has a good face, so.
There I am.
Wow.
Look at that.
Now I want to go there too.
Serving drinks like a pro.
You did like the whole like.
I come in again.
Playboy Club.
I did the bunny dip. I used to be a cocktail waitress. I do know the bunny dip, and there's my big debut. But this is something I am very passionate about. Of course, love Sinister Point and everything they do. They've been incredibly
Rachel, you don't
kind
like
to
horror
me.
stuff at all.
Love horror. So if you guys want to go donate for this would be amazing because it is something I'm really, really passionate about. And if you donate and you come to California, I will take you to the Spirit Lounge.
Take me to the Spirit Lounge.
You will be my date.
Donut?
Okay.
So let's do this, you guys.
You just suddenly set yourself up for a whole lot of people going like, donate $10. Date.
We'll go. We'll all go, and it's going to be great. I'll buy you guys a drink.
Rachel
So I want to throw out
20 million.
If you donate
guys.
$200, I'll take you on a date.
So Patrick sadly could not be here today, but he wanted to also tweet at us his first game that he ever beat, which was Alex Kidd in Miracle World on the Sega Master System. Which is a cool game.
I think he just made that title.
Yeah.
I played that game.
It exists.
Apparently play every game.
I've never heard of this game.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. Well, I majored in game design. There's a big aspect
Once you go back
of
to
doing
like
that.
the Atari, the PC, and the Nintendo Entertainment System, just those games
I played
alone,
Moncala
there's, like,
a lot.
There is easily like a good 400 or 500 games I have never heard about, and then you have people that were able to play the Japanese versions of some of these games that never were released in
when
America.
I was a kid, I would go to Blockbuster once a week and rent a different game because it was only $2 to rent a game back when we were kids.
The good old days.
So they used to have so many NES and SNES games and Genesis and all that. So I'd just go rent a game and then next week I'd try a new game. So I've got a good breadth of games to play and try.
No, I did the same thing because that's all. I didn't have any friends, so I'd go to like the local mom and pop rental.
What? You didn't have any friends?
I would get games.
Makes it
there
really
was
easy
one
not to have any
game.
friends that don't play video games when you don't have any friends.
There was one
Knock
game
at Dave for not having any.
on the PS1 that I've always tried to figure out what it was, and I've never been able to remember. But it was like an Olympics game. They had one where you would run and you jump over things. But my favorite was this. It was like side view, and it was a cliff, and you would dive, and you'd have to do little tricks in the air while you dove into the water, and it would score you.
So if you know the name,
what's that game, you guys?
What's that game?
And let her know. And also, I have one of those too. There's a game where you played as a Ninja Kid on NES. It's not called Ninja Kid. It's not that game. I thought it was. I looked it up. I've been trying to find it for years. I've never found it again, and I love the hell out of it. Second level, I tried that too. Second level, you're in a cave. Third level, you're climbing up a waterfall. That's all I remember about it, but it was amazing, and I can never find it again.
That's what it was with Prince of Persia before, Prince of Persia on PS2 came out. I would tell all my friends, there's this PC game, and I was like this little Prince dude running around. Nobody ever knew what I was talking about. And then when Prince of Persia came out, I was like, what?
I'm joking about the bootlegs, but there are a lot of bootlegs too.
Mystical Ninja?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't on Super Nintendo.
Okay. Type in Ninja and NES, and there's like literally 200.
I tried. I looked at all of them.
He's tried.
I tried. You don't understand.
Have you gone? Okay, so Seth took me to this game store near, I guess it's near Studio City, called Game Dude.
I've heard of it, but I haven't been there.
I've been to
Holy
Game Dude.
crap. It's like Disney World for gamers. You go in there and they have seriously everything you
And
could
this is
ever
coming from
want.
Rachel, who does not throw around the sacred name of Disney World
Exactly,
license.
exactly. You've got to go check it out. It is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good.
amazing.
I'll have to
They'll
definitely
have
have to do
everything.
that.
They have like a sheet for each console. They have every console there. Each console has like this little booklet, and you just walk around the sheet, and it's got a name. It's got the list of all the games that came out for it, how much they pay for it, and how much they sell it for. They have everything. I swear, they have everything.
So I want to make a quick point.
I've been there before. Wait a minute. How long?
It's like a warehouse.
Yeah.
So quick thing about Blockbuster, I think it's kind of sad today that you can't do that. Other there is GameFly, is I feel like as a kid, as a gamer, and growing up, I would play a lot of bad games because of that. And I think as someone who wants to study game design, it's really good to play games that are bad, so you understand what works and doesn't work.
That's another thing that would have been helped by the Xbox One having those really crappy DRM things. You would have been able to buy, rent, and try the games that your friends.
I don't care.
Rachel, try this one.
I still don't
she hates
care.
it, and then defriends me.
The rich B21 really excited that he could have a date with you, so you might have just sold a lot of people.
$10,
Rich, I'll take you
John,
to
what is your
Spare
gaming
Lounge.
moment of the week?
My gaming moment of the week is this.
It's a picture of
It's
him.
a blackness.
Oh crap! I forgot.
With a Batman cape on.
Oh, no. Dark Souls lore.
Not
Lord
too much out there
Nito, but
about
not.
Nito. And a lot of it's very speculation based.
Did you say Lord Nito?
Lord Nito.
This is Dave.
This is on Dave Control Live, a speculation and lore video about actually one of the few.
So you're speculating?
Yes.
That's your gaming moment of the week?
It's speculation about a character that not too many people talk about, Gravelord Nito from
Nito.
His name is Nito.
No, a lot of people make jokes about that.
He's not scary at all.
He looks pretty scary.
His name is Nito.
Yeah.
But please go and check out the video. There's a lot of great theories that are put forward by Dave and also by MS Paints.
And John actually helped me write it too. So
Yes.
yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, actually, people seem to actually really dig it. So thanks, guys who watched it, and thanks, John, for calling it up. I just put it up last night, and people seem to really like it. So
What's Dave Control Live?
because of okay, let me explain this.
I want Rachel Control
Make
Live.
Rachel Control Live.
For the last couple weeks.
Okay, I'll throw this out again. So because Rachel wasn't here when I talked about it. So when I first was telling friends about game control, one of my friends misheard me, Caleb, who's an asshole. Anyway, so he misheard me and thought I said the name of the show was Dave Control. And literally every time I walk into a room with him, he goes, Dave Control, every single time. So I was like, I'm just going to run with this and make my YouTube channel called Dave Control.
I love it.
And Dave Control was taken. So I did Dave Control Live, use Game Control Live.
I love it. I think it's genius.
So there you go. Rachel should do Rachel Control Live.
Rachel Control Live.
All right, but
Control Live.
yeah, thank you so much about
This is
it.
Commander Tom.
I'm just trying to see if I can make sure that Dark Souls ends up in the show at least once a week. That is my
That's
goal.
really, it's mainly because Grant bitched about me putting Dark Souls on 3 weeks in a row. So now John has decided that we have to do it somehow every single week.
I'm going to find a way to get Nathan Drake in the show.
No.
Every week.
So that
Nathan
wraps
Drake.
up our gaming moments of the week. Let's go ahead and talk about a bunch of news because we've got a lot of news this week. So our first news story is coming from it is Nintendo, who has taken less of a hit for their patent infringement. Originally, the patent infringement, it was for Seijiro Tomita for the 3DS, for the 3D visual screen.
Yeah, we
They
didn't
got
got a French person for you to name their name this week.
Yeah, because I'll get screwed. I'll get screwed when that happens. $30.2 million in damages originally. A new judge has ruled that it's going to only be half of that. Instead, they're like, this is ridiculous. That's way too much money.
Only
$15.1 million. You can either take it or leave it.
I guess I'll leave it.
I don't think you understand. I was gonna buy 4 islands in the Pacific. Now I may only be able to buy 2.
What's a man supposed to do with that?
And what if it was going to have a volcano? I was going to be a super villain.
Thanks, Judge.
Volcanic islands are a lot more expensive than that. I don't know if you knew that.
No. But yeah, take the 15, live your life, and live it well. Because a lot of people
If
don't.
only I could buy the volcanic island of Hawaii.
Nintendo's
what I
I'd buy
want.
a ride at Disney
actually
World.
saying that they're going to go back
Yeah.
and they're going to like appeal this and then appeal the decision.
That's a
as
great
well.
point. Yeah, Nintendo is going to appeal it, and they're saying that they're confident that they can.
I think Nintendo is.
They got a lot of lawyers.
I think Nintendo's going to come out of this relatively unscathed.
Yeah.
Like they'll probably spend $5 million over the next 4 years just getting out of it.
One of the funny points to me about why it's half, according to this new judge, is because most of the games don't even use this.
Yeah,
that was one of their reasons.
On top of that,
The
like,
judge
they said that one of the key arguments is that it wasn't profitable.
Right.
Therefore, it can't be said to be like like an infringement or equivalent.
Right.
Well,
Like you
not
can't
that
get
it's
that
infringement.
amount.
Right,
You can't
you
get
just
that
can't get that amount.
because again, Nintendo's not doing so good, so you can't take that amount.
Because it's the damages that they
summary.
would have made for the sale.
Right,
So it does
right.
make sense, actually, but it's just kind of sad.
And
but
the
funny.
judges, it's legal to do that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so here, guys, for you is how to keep a company afloat.
All right.
We have made this discovery.
Ubisoft, yeah, they need to figure that one out.
Sony has decided, because now with the new PlayStation Plus, now that they're going to cost money, we have from IHS Electronics and Media, they speculated that off of this, Sony by 2017, just by making it so you have to pay for PlayStation Plus, will have made $1.2 billion off of that one decision, because Xbox Live so far since 2012 has generated $4.7 billion.
Yeah.
So
But PlayStation Plus still, I have it, and it's not worth the money because it gives me games, and I'm not gonna be able to play if I ever cancel. And other than that, their PlayStation's
Wait, you can't play if you cancel? When you cancel, it
any of the
automatically
games you
removes?
download.
Really?
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, they're gone.
But all I'm saying though is that this is how you make money.
Right.
Wow.
But also, Xbox Live, their whole live interface is what I'm paying for, and Sony's live interface and the way you play games with people online is atrocious, and
Yeah,
it
it's
feels like
horrible.
it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
There's nothing
I'm
about
hoping
the
they update it with the
PlayStation-
PS4 though.
It's
I think
gotta be updated.
That's got to be the
There's
goal.
nothing
to.
about the PlayStation 4 that they've shown. This is the thing. It's like PlayStation has been really like withdrawn about what they're willing to show with that like interactivity.
Yep.
There's nothing to show you that the PlayStation Network is any better or up to par with the Xbox
They're
Live
really keeping
experience.
that.
They're showing that you can share videos
Right.
and like you can tack on your
You can put
PlayStation
They're not showing the
experience.
interface
But
and how that
it's
works.
not showing how
they're really-
easy it is.
They need to simplify it and get rid of the XMB. It's just, I hate XMB. That
Yeah.
shit's terrible.
Yeah.
Rachel doesn't like it.
I really
Nope.
Sony, if you're listening, which you are,
Microsoft
please, Microsoft
listens,
listens.
We already
so
have Microsoft on
Sony.
this.
man, Rachel should get
Yeah,
hired.
Rachel
I know.
PR.
Michael Pachter, get out of here. What are you
Rachel Moore,
doing?
welcome.
Yeah.
So Angel Damien saying that he thinks Plus is awesome. So I mean, some people I think do like it, but
You have to use
I
it.
do think that
That's the
I
key.
think they need to update the interface. I agree with that, and I think with PS4 they should be. They should be. I think they
You
will.
have to
We'll
use
see.
it, and it doesn't help the social aspect at all. Whereas for Xbox, it actually does. So
Yeah.
PlayStation Plus is
I know they're
basically
changing
a
that,
game
though. They're trying to make it more
subscription
So
service.
Hayden Garinge asking, what's the difference between PS Plus?
It's a game subscription service. Basically, it'll provide to you games for free. You can try games. You
Oh
get
no, he
games
knows.
that are early.
He knows
wait a
what
minute,
PlayStation Plus is. He
What?
has it or had it.
What is a PlayStation
He says, but no
Plus?
one
Is he
complains
being
about not
facetious?
being able. No, he says no one complains about not being able to watch Netflix when you cancel your Netflix subscription. What's the difference with that PlayStation Plus?
I see.
The difference is when
Sorry,
I
Hayden.
download a movie or go to watch a movie on Netflix, I'm going to watch it right away. On PlayStation Plus, when I download a free game, I download it and I'm like, oh, I'll play this later.
Yeah, I really do put games off and then come back to them.
Yeah,
And,
because there's so much
like,
more time consuming as a medium.
And honestly,
Yeah.
if they said to me that it's going to be a subscription service and that's how they're going to play the game from now on, then I'd be like, okay, fine, Xbox.
The
Thank
only
you.
thing good
Right.
about PlayStation Plus
Done.
that I found that I've actually utilized and I like is that with PlayStation Plus you can upload your saves to the PlayStation Cloud. So that's been good.
Raziel saying Xbox Live needs to back the hell off. I think it's more just the advertising are getting
The
out
ads.
of control.
Jesus Christ.
So all right, let's move on to.
That's a West Side Story
Yeah.
reference
West
for
Side-
everybody
Yeah.
that didn't get
I know.
that.
I was thinking
Yeah, I didn't know.
All right, so
Just
EA,
keep it cool,
So EA
man.
taking another NCAA hit. This time, both the Southeastern Conference and Big Ten have publicly stated that they're not going to sign a new licensing deal. So that means that I think EA they should still be able to use the player's likeness, but they won't be able to use the Big Ten as like a league that you can play as a name. Which to me, I think that's actually a big hit, even more so over the NCAA, because I know, like, I went to a Big Ten school. And I know a lot of my friends who went to Big Ten schools, that was what they wanted, was they were in college and they're like, I want to play as my team and make my team awesome. And I'm sure with the Southeastern Conference League, they want to play as their team and make their own college's team awesome.
In a video game.
Yeah, in the video game. I mean, I wish in real life too.
Real life?
My Big Ten, I went to Indiana and our team sucked. John went to Indiana with me. Our team was awful.
Our football team was horrifying, and then our basketball team didn't get awesome until after we left, because of course.
Yeah, because of course.
It always happens like that.
You guys are talking about sports. I have no idea what's happening.
Man.
But regardless, a big hit for EA, as their sports franchises are some of their biggest sellers. So that is a big hit for them.
Maybe Take-Two or 2K or whatever. Take to 2K, yeah.
Maybe if they actually played
2K, whatever.
Maybe they actually paid players for a change. I'm very against all that whole thing.
I know, right? Yeah, that's a whole.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah.
Honestly, non-gaming discussion.
You're on a college team, and you're an underperforming college team, and you get paid video game and music and like
they
all that
don't
stuff.
get paid.
I know, but they should be paid like from the team, and then that is it. Like these licensing and like the NCAA chasing after licensing fees for these like people that they don't pay. Chasing after licensing fees in the first place is ridiculous.
Yeah. So
exactly. So Rachel, how would you chime in on this?
Go local team.
All right.
Yeah, I liked her look when you said that. She's just like, I could see her mind working. What am I gonna say?
Go generic local team and your generic colors.
Yeah.
Woot, woot.
I don't know. I think initially I saw a word that started with an F and then followed immediately by another word that started with a Y that was kind of getting directed at you.
So Ryan Whittleston on the chat agreeing with me, saying us in general, saying EA Sports took a huge hit with that. The Big Ten is a large conference. There's actually 12, I think, or 14 now in the Big Ten.
To make a college sports game than it does a professional sports game because of the licensing.
I don't know. It depends on the licensing.
Difficult. No, I mean like if every team has an agreement. If the NCAA ends up having EA to license every single character in a college sports league, as opposed to with a professional NFL,
right? An NBA, right?
Yeah, NBA. Like you're gonna find college sports games are more pricey to develop than a professional sports game.
Well, I think as long as they pay less money to the athletes than professional sports, it works out. But right now, the athletes don't get paid shit.
Zero.
So they get paid zero. So it's really just
college,
NCAA.
Yeah,
but
NCAA
they got
is
debts.
greedy.
Yeah, they are. They are very greedy. But let's move on to more EA because they're actually doing some good in the world. There's a EA Humble Bundle out right now that you can purchase right now.
Shit.
And Rachel dropping that is the shit.
It is the Humble Bundle.
I own every game in this bundle.
Now something we can talk about. I know.
I got this, guys.
It's $250. Pay what you want for $215 worth of good EA games.
Yes, the games are amazing.
Those games are going for their MSRPs anymore.
I didn't buy it because I already own all of those games. But you guys should buy it because that Humble Bundle is probably one of the better ones we've had in a long time.
And it all purely goes to charity too. Again, this all goes to charity.
Well, you get to pick. You can do charity, developers, and Humble Bundle.
And honestly,
I go all developers when I buy Humble Bundles.
Do
you? Yeah.
Typically,
charity don't need my money.
Watch this Humble Bundle because typically they add stuff on in the middle of the campaign. So after a couple of days, you're gonna probably see them add on some other stuff. Although I can't think of anything that EA could add on to this without like really giving away the kitchen sink along with the rest of the other stuff.
Right, because I know they have their origin.
Deep Silver like added on like a bunch of
yeah,
other
Deep
stuff.
Silver.
And, like that was a really good bundle.
Love those
honestly,
guys.
like I didn't own all of those games on the PC as well, so it was good to get.
I mean, they're changing
I own all these games.
They're changing their image to be more of like we're the good guys, gamers, you know.
Raziel wants to say. He says, "Hey, define Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle.
She can't even say it.
I know. Go to humblebundle.com. I think that's the website. I hope that's it. Basically, it's a site that offers a crap ton of games for a certain amount of price, and you get to determine the price. And then they have like, but if you beat the average amount, like if you only want to pay $2 and get 4 games for free, go for it. It's kind of a jerk move, but go for it. But then they're like, if you pay above the average, Grantstein. If you buy,
it's like totally opposite. We're talking about sports. Rachel's out now.
I was making faces at the camera.
I don't get this. Grant loves Humble Bundles.
If you pay over the average amount, then usually they throw in like 2 extra games.
Right now, it's like an episode of Super Dave
that are really good. Yeah.
Okay, I don't
think
understand what
The
just happened there with
Sims-
Grant, but thanks for the explanation, Rachel.
I think Sims 3 is one of the pay over the average amount and you get it for free.
For free.
Yeah. So, I mean, Humble
love
Bundle's been
Sims.
around for a while, but they're always really good deals.
Right.
Usually it's indie games, and it kind of highlights good indie games, but now we're seeing some awesome, big games as well.
But it's important to know that
Everybody's
not
gonna love
available
Mirror's
for,
Edge.
Each game is not available for every service. So someone was pointing out that they
Right.
give you Steam codes. Sometimes it's not on Steam.
Right. So sometimes if you already have a copy of the game, you can give that code to a friend of yours.
No, be careful,
Joseph.
because you can't with Steam if you can give the Humble Bundle code away,
Yeah.
but like if you take the Steam code and you enter it and it says you already have this game, it won't give you a copy of the
So
game.
Joseph Bose is saying
No, but
that
you don't
Grant is
enter the-
bored out of his mind.
You don't enter the code yet.
I was over there. I was done. I
Yeah.
was done.
All
He's
right.
so over it.
Well,
so
let's
over
go ahead
this.
and move on though.
A diva.
To,
Not Grant.
that there is a 16 gigabyte flash, a 16 gigabyte Flash PS3 now coming to the U.S. It was already out in Canada and some European areas, but now they're bringing in the 16 gigabyte Flash-based PS3 for $200.
I don't need more of the same
Well,
console.
here's the other thing: is like to me, I'm
already
just
have
trying to
this thing.
understand this, and I think Grant had some good ideas of this. Is like, why would you want 16 gigabytes? Usually, the point is to go higher with the amount of space that
I
you
want
have.
250.
I know it's Flash. I get that it's Flash, and that's great.
It'll eventually be cheaper to produce. They're looking in the long run. If you pay attention to what Sony's done the last couple of generations, for that matter, the PlayStation 2 was relevant for another, and is still relevant.
But no,
for
so okay,
many
say I
years
don't have a
after the
PlayStation 3, right?
arrived.
Say I don't have a PlayStation 3. Why am I going to choose this now 32 gigabyte PlayStation 3 over like 120 gigabyte PS3?
Yeah.
The only thing
I just want to know. I think
I was also talking,
I don't think so either.
I think I was talking with Rich during the week about this, and I said that I believe that like the PlayStation 3 has a lot of other uses. Like there are some companies, research companies, schools, governments using them for other than gaming purposes.
Blu-ray player.
They use
Hooray.
They use it for computation, and a small, fast hard drive is better for that kind of work than the 160 gigabyte, slow old hard drive that produces a lot of heat, a lot of noise, and is prone to breaking down compared to.
See, this is
flash
why I brought
drives.
up this topic was because I saw that Twitter conversation with you. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's some really cool thoughts, and I wanted you to bring it out. So
That's
I'm glad you
some
did.
deep
Thank
shit
you for
there,
your thoughts.
man.
So
Yeah, the thing I was quickly want to point out is
Deep out of the way.
how much is it again? The PS3.
$200.
$200.
For this one.
Nintendo Wii
But it comes
U?
with games. $250. Wait, $250 for the premium one, I think.
Okay, so is it that they're trying to compete against Nintendo of getting those people who don't have a PS3 and they're like, oh, this is just a cheap version.
That's
I
a good
either get the Wii
Yeah.
or a PlayStation 3 that has Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's like,
very
oh, I
possible.
can
Good
get.
point.
So it's like one of those like, let's
Yeah.
start getting in
It'll
that
definitely
market.
lower the price. I honestly think that another thing is they are preparing themselves for the long run. I think they want these PlayStations that they produce with the flash drives to last like 10 years.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing is, I mean, while it lasts that long, the only issue is that if you have to store stuff on your PlayStation or if you download games onto your PS3,
Not gonna work out.
not
so
gonna,
well.
yeah, not gonna work out.
My
That's more
second
fun making
Xbox-
fun of how
I would
much space
download
it
the
My
has.
second Xbox is
Yeah.
gonna die soon. And you think about that. My second Xbox 360 is gonna die soon.
No.
My
I think mine is
See, my
too.
second
Don't let it go.
My PlayStation 3 is starting to have problems too, and it's like if they can remove
You
as
need a
many
slim, buddy.
mechanical-
Yeah.
The
I-
Xbox 360 Slim
had-
250 gigabyte hard drive, it's amazing.
I had the original PS3 that played PS2 games,
Sounds
and
like
it
it's
died.
taking off, doesn't it? Before it dies, it sounds like it's about to turn into a jet fighter.
So
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
the Rich B21
You will
pointing
be
out,
missed.
or Rich pointing out that is at least it's better than the 4 gigabyte 360 version.
Oh,
yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I agree with
Who
that.
would buy that?
All right, so real quick, I got a pause.
Mom, what the hell?
Exact
joke.
Christmas gift. That's what it is. Yeah. Like, oh. So
Dang it.
I want to throw out this positive Wii Fit story because no one really ever talks about Wii Fit ever, and I just think this is kind of a cool story. So there's a NeoGAF user named Yandi604 who talked about how he lost over 100 pounds over the course of a year due to Wii Fit, and he was a big gamer, and it got him into fitness and exercising, and you never really hear about that. And Wii Fit, I feel like, kind of became a joke in the gaming community, and I actually did enjoy it. I played it, and I liked it, but I mean, it's definitely a peripheral add-on that you don't need, but it's cool to hear a story like that. I like inspirational stories like that, and you never hear about that stuff coming from gaming, except for maybe DDR.
I was saying.
So DDR.
Well,
That's how I lost
DDR,
weight.
me
Yeah.
too. Holy shit,
Pounds
DDR.
off.
Yeah. But it's a cool story to me.
But it's
I just
also,
want to throw
eating
that out.
right and just.
Well, they do clock a lot of the fitness games do clock that kind of stuff. Dan Shu at VentureBeat did an article where he took Wii Fit Wii Fit Plus, EA Sports exercise game,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
and 2 other exercise games, all for the Wii, and had a personal trainer come in and play like about an hour of each game, and then did a write-up on what game was the most accurate when it was counting calories, when it was burning calories, what exercise were the most accurate exercise of what he would be training you with. EA Sports was the highest, but then Wii Fit was very close as a second to what would be the most accurate to lose weight game.
I think I actually
again-
remember that. Danshu's awesome. He's a
He
great journalist.
You
is.
still got to eat right. You can't be eating that Domino's
Yeah.
pizza.
Well, that's something that
Saying
he's-
like, I'm Wii Fit.
Well,
It
that's
ain't
something
gonna
that
do
he
much.
actually said was this helped motivate him to start eating healthier.
Right.
I think that's
See,
the key too. Is he started slowly.
Gotta have both.
But like it was
I'd
start
be
like he
interested
started with the mini games that are fun, is what he was saying here.
Yep.
Like those fun mini games, and then he slowly started motivating him to work a little bit longer each week, and then start
Some
eating
of them
healthier.
actually tell you
So it's
to
great.
eat better, and like they will tell.
I think
Eat better.
It really
I think it
is.
does.
Okay.
It really is an eye opener when you put in, like I had, an apple and a banana, and then you see, wow, that there are actually kind of high in calories. When you start
You're fat.
seeing,
Oh, no.
how much calories are in each thing you're eating, it's a little shocking.
Yeah. But
Apples and bananas?
They're actually they are kind of well,
love
bananas not
apples.
so much, but apples are high caloric,
But it's all-
and they've got all that. You're not supposed to eat a lot of fruit. You're supposed to have one sharing of fruit a day with like nuts and some cheese.
Yeah.
Because fruit actually are very sugary.
But it's all
and
That's why I
sugary
love it.
is bad for you. Sugar is bad. Bad.
But it's all sucrose, so it's the good type of sugar if you're going to have sugar. Fructose is fructose, not
but
sucrose.
only if you
Fructose.
even that out with
Science.
a good fat like
Nitrous.
peanuts.
I'm sure a lot of people
Then
are bored,
they-
but I'm actually kind of a health nut, so
they
I'm
even
like,
out
this interests me because
well.
I'm a health nut. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward to some the questions and comments. So,
I like sugar.
yes, and we all like sugar.
Me
Who doesn't like sugar?
too.
I eat pancakes every morning before game control.
I had waffles this morning.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, wait,
I had a
One more
banana.
thing before we start to wrap this up for good. Taco Bell is testing
Taco
a
Bell?
waffle taco.
Yep.
That looks
Waffle
disgusting.
taco.
That looks
Waffle
disgusting.
taco.
Testing it.
Chicken waffle
But
taco.
you still want to have it
No, I
anyway.
don't.
You do.
No, I don't.
Oh,
No,
don't
I don't.
lie to you.
Dude,
Stop lying to
no,
us,
no.
Dave. You don't have to.
No,
You
the
don't have to,
Dorito
dude.
taco looked amazing. That one was amazing to me.
I didn't like it.
It looked
Doritos,
amazing.
Locos.
I Taco Bell is probably my favorite fast food
It's my
restaurant.
favorite fast food
other
restaurant,
than
too.
Chick-fil-A.
Wow. Taco Bell's way better.
Nah,
The Double Decker is my favorite.
I
So
like
our
Del Taco.
question for you next week is, what's your favorite fast food restaurant? No. So, all right, so last week we asked you guys
For your health.
for your health. So last week we asked you guys about the developers versus producer relationship that we're talking about, and Alyssa White chimed in on YouTube saying that she thinks a lot of great games are buried under heavily publicized games like Call of Duty, Halo, and Assassin's Creed. So it makes it harder for smaller developers and indies to make a profit, which I think
Totally
can be true,
true.
definitely true.
Harder to make a profit?
Well,
Would it be harder for those big? I mean, those guys, because they have to put so much money into it that they have to get a certain amount. It's kind of like movies, right? Like if something was made 150 million and only got 100 million, that's not a profit.
They
but
put themselves out there, though. They put themselves out there just as deeply, comparatively, and like like on a scale as to some of the major publishers. So they like by the time some of these indie developers are done developing their game, they're like $10,000, $20,000 in the hole, and like if they don't sell.
But how if they just get 100,000? That's a major like profit, bigger probably than the AAA's,
But
because
it's still like
they have to invest so much into it.
That is a line that a lot of them never cross, which is like they sell a couple thousand
Yeah,
units and then
it's
it just
rare.
kind of tapers
It's rare.
off.
It's not. It doesn't happen all the time, but
Yeah.
it's still. I kind of feel like indie developers can hit big if
They can.
They can hit over that line and be like, oh, I only made this 10,000 and now it got 1 million. That's incredible.
Somehow, this is incredible to me. Hayden Goran says he's never had Taco Bell before.
Oh
but he
my
says
God.
That's because he lives in the UK.
but here's oh yeah, there weren't any in London, I think. Anyways,
All
he
right.
hears it
That's
gives you
where
some
he is. We
gotta bring Taco
bad
Bell
times
though.
on the toilet. I've actually never, I'm just throwing this out.
God.
People say that, but I've never had any of those issues. Maybe because I've been
know,
eating Taco
right?
Bell since I was a kid.
I know.
So my body's
You're
used to it.
Yeah.
Taco Bell
My
has never
stomach
made me
gut
sick.
likes Taco Bell.
Yeah, when I eat Taco
Yeah.
Bell, I'm like, I'm doing
I have
good.
a happy tummy.
Yeah,
My
I'm doing
tummy's
good.
like, yeah, Taco Bell.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm sorry, Hayden. Mexican food in London is awful. I lived there for a few months. London's amazing, but the Mexican food there is it made me so sad. I missed it.
We'll bring you some
You mean
Taco
a
Bell.
nation that's an entire ocean away from the nation of Mexico doesn't have great Mexican
But their
food?
Indian food is really good. Indian food's
they have
amazing.
a lot of
Well, that's
Indian
because
people
it's
there.
I know. Their Indian food there is basically like it's like our
Indian food is too spicy.
Well, their Indian food there is like Mexican food here. That's kind of what the comparison is.
Spicy.
Yeah, my
Rachel doesn't like.
All right, guys, since my iPad just died from batteries, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So our question for you guys next week is we want to hear from more of you guys on the YouTube. We want to hear from you guys on Twitter. Please tweet us. Please let us know on YouTube is what is the first game you ever beat and what was that experience like for you guys? Were you guys celebrating? Was it like a sigh of relief?
Were you crying?
What type of memory does that bring back, that first game that you ever beat? So let us know about the first game you ever beat. We would love to hear. And with that said, please do follow us on Twitter at Game Control Live on the Twitter. On YouTube, you can find us Game Control Tube. We just started a month ago. Growing up, we're going to be adding more and more shows as we go, so definitely check out Game Control Tube. And you can always join us every week live, 12 p.m. Pacific time on AfterBuzzTV.com. We are working on our website right now, and when that's live, you'll be able to go to Game Control's website. Yeah. All right, guys. So with that said, once again, I'm Dave Klein. You can find me on Twitter at @TheDaveKlein, Klein, and this song is The Last Ninja by Jamie Maxwell. I played one of his classical guitar songs last week. He's amazing. That's why I wanted to throw out another song by him. This song is from NES, The Last Ninja. Awesome guitar music. But Donell,
yes, I'm
where are
Donell
you?
Tucker. You can follow me at the Donell Zone. It's the sexiest zone to be, so be sure to follow it. And I'm just gonna keep playing this guitar. Rachel?
Oh, guys, please. Okay. I'm Rachel. Follow me on Twitter, which is @TheRachel, and YouTube, which is youtube.com/Raychul Moore.
the guitar.
He just ruined you guys' fun.
There we
It's
go.
like, no more fun.
It just stalled.
The fun stops here. All right, Rachel?
Oh, I just did it.
Yeah, she did.
Grant.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at GAK, and I'm posting reviews on Nerdluster weekly. Stick around after the show because me and Donell, chocolate and vanilla, are going to do Remember Me.
Nice.
Yeah, guys, right after this, Game Control Rewind, GC_Rewind on Twitter. Remember Me. So if you stick around, Remember Me Rewind is going to happen. If you hear all about
if you haven't played it, I would say stick around anyway because it's a game that a lot of people aren't going to try.
I need to
and it's
play
still
it.
worth it.
I need to
So
play it.
definitely stick around for that. And John, where can we find you right now?
Well, you can currently find me inside this booth where I am repeatedly stuck for about 2 to 3 hours every single Saturday because you lock me in, you asshole.
Yeah.
But beside the point,
Ain't
you can
the
find
key.
me on Twitter at NowQuick. Yeah, sometimes. At NowQuick.
I ate the key. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Later.
Bye.
Yeah, this remix is getting a lot.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.